The cool thing about being in business and being a mum is actually showing my kids what I'm made of. Being a mother in business, as challenging as it is so rewarding, and it's empowering because you get to actually choose the path. I invested 5 years of my life into a business, and now it's giving me back time that I'm using for my children. Welcome to Krystal Rowe Impacts, a space dedicated to empowering you to be the change that your bloodline has been waiting for. Join me and together, let's inspire change. Welcome back to the Krystal Rowe Impact podcast. And today I'm going to talk about the reality of being a mother, a woman in business, and all the mum guilt that comes with it. It's so crazy when you think about how being a mum is such a full-time job, and also running a business is 2 jobs. And then trying to juggle and blend both of them for a beautiful, harmonious lifestyle. As challenging as it is so rewarding. And it's empowering because you get to actually choose the path. You actually get to create whatever it looks like. But along that journey, there are so many things that can come into play. There's so many things that you can set the standard for. You can actually do what works for you. And you can actually create a routine that serves not only yourself and your children, but also all of your relationships, your husband and your work life. Now, it sounds like a lot to juggle, but the best thing about it is that you are in control. Now, it has taken me quite 5 years now to actually find a way to balance it and balance my mum guilt, the shame of not doing all the things that I thought I should be doing, and actually finding out what works and what doesn't work. One of the biggest things for me in business was to treat people how I wanted to be treated and to actually set the standard for what my business looked like and how people projected it and how I projected myself in business. So for a very long time, I shared that I was a single mom running my business, and it almost gave me permission to have the struggle. Instead of actually owning it and setting a high standard and being an empowered mum and an empowered businesswoman, I actually chose to have the struggle dictated until I realized that it could work better for me if I was in control. So the cool thing about being in business and being a mum is actually showing my kids what I'm made of. And it actually empowers them as well to make better choices as they are growing up. It actually expands their mind and it helps them to think about what they can achieve in life. And the kids get really excited when their friends come in and they're like, oh my gosh, my friend's here, Mum. And I remember just the other day, one of my daughters asked me, are we always going to have the cafe? Are you always going to work here? And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, where's this sort of going? And then I turned around to her and I said, yeah, you can have it. And she just was so excited that it was like, it actually made me excited again for the cafe. And it made me excited to know that I was actually installing happiness and excitement for business. And even though they don't understand the concept of business and the hard work behind the scenes, I actually got to see a glimpse of passion being ignited in my daughter to know that she had a chance to have her own place as well. And I guess for me, that's the reward of being in business. I want to touch back on the mum guilt thing, because sometimes it's not always as exciting and always butterflies and rainbows. Sometimes it's really, really hard. And sometimes for me, I know in the beginning, before I met my husband, I used to operate as a mum from a place of guilt, because I would be at the cafe all day and I would rush to do the bare minimum dinner, bath, and routine for my kids. And I began to operate from a place of guilt in regards to buying things and letting the iPad babysit them and entertain them instead of engaging with them myself. And in hindsight, that was a really, really hard time. I needed the business to stay in Australia, but I also needed it to grow so that I was able to step into my children's life a little bit more. And recently, I have made the choice and have collaborated with my husband to be able to step away from the Cuzzies Cafe, to not only invest more of my time into my new business, Heritage Impact, but more importantly, to be able to invest more of my energy and time into my children. And that is the amazing thing, what business can do for you. If you start to invest and put time and energy into building up a business that you are able to step away from to one, either create another business to be able to give you more time freedom, or two, to be able to invest your energy and time into your children. I'm trying to play catch up with my children, even repairing an adult relationship with my older child. So I feel like I have been given this opportunity from my business to go back and use the time that I invested in the beginning to claim back more time, so now I can put it back into my children. I invested 5 years of my life into a business to build it and grow, and now it's giving me back time now that I'm using for my children. Time now that I am using to get to know them a little bit more and to grow a beautiful relationship and create a connection with them. And now, just in hindsight, I'm realizing and I'm feeling so happy that I've achieved success from my business, because my business is now giving me what I set out to do in the beginning. It is giving me time. It's giving me time with my children. And that's the most important thing for me in my life right now, is to be able to connect with them, because they're growing so quickly, so quickly, and I don't want to miss another moment. And so I feel so proud of myself that I have actually done what I set out to do, to create a business that now gives me time freedom, to not only create more businesses and opportunities, but it also gives me time to create relationships and connections with my children. And I feel like I just won in life. It feels really good. And I hope and I wish that for you too. So if you're at a point in your life now where you're thinking, how do I create more time freedom, or how do I create more financial freedom? How do I create more relationships with, or deeper connections with my children? You have to start now. And you have to head over to Heritage Impact, or the link is in the show notes, to start that passion inside of you rolling and create a business for yourself to create more time, to create more financial freedom. We actually have a program that is designed for you to do your passion and get a profit back from it. I don't know about you, but that's pretty cool for me. I love that I got to go to work and do what I love, what I was good at, and now it's giving me back time. It's never too late to start. You just have to choose. So, like I said, the link is below in the show note, and you can actually book a call or jump straight into the program and actually start creating a life by design. I'll see you on the next episode.